Good evening and welcome to the Lagos Youth Show on Lagos Television. All right, so weekly we come here to talk to you. We come here, to speak to you on things concerning the youth in Lagos State. And today is not an exception, as myself and my co-host were here to talk to you again, to talk to you about something that will interest you. I know that's the in thing, but not to worry, we got you covered. I am Oluwatose Olajide.
And I am Tosin Ikuyimino. It's good to be here.
Good to have you. I'll talk now.
Anyway.
Say your mind.
I won't say my mind. I won't say my mind. But you're looking good today.
I know. Thank you.
I mean, this stylish and creative. We need to know who your stylist is, so we'll have a conversation.
Don't worry. You get to know that.
Anyway, that's great. Like Tosin mentioned, I mean, another exciting episode. We're going to be talking about something that would definitely interest you. And of course, we know that this is digital economy, and there are lots of opportunities in the digital space for young people. And because of that, we have a guest that will be coming in to join us to talk about some of those emerging trends and new career pathways that we need to explore.
So you see me raising shoulder. You get why.
Yeah, okay.
When we come back from this break, you get to meet our guests and what we're talking about today. We'll be right back.
Three MTT for us is not just about throwing numbers out there. We understand what it means if we truly train our people. The opportunities that, because there's a massive gap in talent for technology all over the world. You know, people in technology can attest to this, which is why for us, 3MTT has been done in such a way that we can deploy, learn, improve upon it, and continue to expand. So if you remember, in 2023, when we came into office, the first program I launched was the 3MTT, and we started with 30,000 people. Earlier this year, we moved that, we added about another 60,000 to it. In just a few weeks, we just announced another 90,000 cohorts that is joining that. So we've now done close to about 150,000. The goal is that everything that we've learned, not just in training them, in how we help them to find job opportunities, that we can now use that to start to scale this program to hit the 3 million target that we have. And the exciting thing is that with the new Minister of Trade and Investment as well. The program that was started before she came in, we're also now looking into that to see how we can strengthen that program, which is called NATEP, I believe. We've started having serious conversations around it in terms of how we can strengthen that program to ensure that these people that we're training, that they're actually ready to provide services to technology companies in Nigeria, but also abroad as well. If people are paying attention, you probably also see that the Vice President has also been extremely strong on trying to build a foundation for Nigeria to become the destination for outsourcing. So the new World Bank director is big on that. He's worked in Philippines before. So he's now helping us to understand how we can attract more companies that can outsource BPO services to Nigeria so that we can actually start to get more jobs for our people. So I think a lot of what we've done this year, even in the talent space, as much as we've trained significant amount of people, anyone that wants to check, if you go to any social media platform of your choice, and put the word 3MTT into it, you will see stories of people that have benefited from this program. But we think we've learned so much that in 2025, we're going to be scaling this program big, and there will be much more Nigerians benefiting from it as well.
And yes, it's still the Lagos Youth Show, as usual. Like we told you, we'll have our guest who will be joining us to discuss the topic, the emerging new career path in the digital economy. And yes, we have her already in the studio with us. Of course, no other person, but a woman in tech, one of the young, exceptional personalities exploring new opportunities in the tech space today. No other person but Anifa Abdurrahman Lekki. It's good to have you.
Thank you. Before we went on break, I was doing like this. I was doing like, you know the reason?
Of course, I know.
You know the reason?
I know.
Women in tech. My shoulder is just going up. It's just going up.
Yeah.
You're welcome. It's
Thank
good
you
to
for
have
having
you.
me.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
I'm always glad when I see women do it, because when I see it has been difficult. I will lie. But when I see women into it, I'm like, well done.
Yes,
It's good
beautiful.
to have you.
Yes, yes.
Thank
So let's start the conversation this way, because like she said, it's the tech space is not usually a space that is rampant with finding women. So we would like to know what's that thing that sparked your interest in the first place in starting a journey into tech.
Right. So I'll say like when I was a lot more younger,
Okay.
we had like a desktop, like all these tiny desktops when we were younger at home. And my dad had like all these textbooks around tech. I guess he was also trying to learn. So I picked those textbooks myself and I was reading them. I was like literally reading codes like in C#, and like, you know, those type of things. And that was, I guess that was kind of like my own interest. So I've always known that I wanted to do something in that space. But it wasn't until like, you know, uni that I got opportunity to do Python. I did physical computing with the Raspberry Pi.
Wow.
It was kind of like a scholarship opportunity at the time. And so to be honest, I do not code. So just let me say like, yeah, I'm in tech, but I don't code, I don't do software, I don't do all those things, right? But I am, should I say, kind of creating all those different, because you don't have to code to be in tech. You don't have to do like core software to be in tech, right? So I guess that's kind of a little bit of my career.
So you started from childhood then. So some people say, okay, especially musicians, I started singing, you know, when I was little. So you can say I started coding, I started tech at least when you were little.
Yeah, you can definitely say that. When I said when I was in uni, I did a little bit of Python. Even after that, I was coding for a while, but I got bored.
You did.
And yeah, I got bored. I'm more of a people person. I think even that was probably why me and a couple of friends in school, we started like the first tech community in school. So because it was my own focus was more on like, yay, this is something new, let's bring it to people, let's do, you know, our community stuff. I carried my screen all the way from my hostel down to the hall that we wanted to use to like teach people, you know, what I was doing then, right? So I was more of a people person. I was more of like a...
All right, so bringing that community and your niche in the tech space is community management.
Yeah.
I'm not sure a lot of people know that.
Yeah.
Can you give us, just enlighten us on it?
What best example can I give? So community is not just in tech, right? Community is like every brand, every space out there needs community. And just the word community in itself is that it covers, you know, growing a group of people that are interested in the same thing, and, you know, there's a value from being in that same space. And so because, again, the tech community needed that kind of bond. You need people to be able to, you know something, this person doesn't know something, how about let's teach each other, let's discuss it, let's share new stuff with each other. And that's why community started to, you know, go a lot more rampant in the tech space. But community in itself is like every brand, every space, no matter what it is, almost every brand out there needs a community. But yeah, so the tech community in, should I say, in Nigeria started to, you know, grow, and there was need for somebody to be able to manage that. So it's different from managing a brand or managing your customers, the people that are buying from you. This time you are building loyal people that they are not buying from you, but they will talk about you.
Like fan base. Yeah.
Exactly, like a fan base, but like they are a lot more core than being a fan base. They're always there. They're willing to learn. They're growing, you know, with each other. Sometimes they even talk about things that are not necessarily related to your brand or to that particular tech space, but they are growing, right? They are there. There's that bond. There's that value that they're seeing with each other. So that's community.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah. There's a whole lot of, you know, things you can draw out from the whole tech space. I mean, I think many young person out there would really like to know, because, like you mentioned, community management is like a whole new game.
New thing,
But let me ask, what are those other niches, right, in the tech space that you think young people can explore at the same time? Amongst all of those niche, those different, I've heard of things like data analytics and many of them. I see all these things most of the times on the internet, and you are like, the jargons is too much.
Please.
But
Please.
you know, but amongst all of that, why community management for you?
For
What's
me.
that thing that sparked that focus, that niche for you?
All right, so I'll start with the last answer and then I'll go like to the
Okay.
first one. So like I said, I'm more of a people person, and yes, I did start my career with like doing tech, but I figured and saw that I thrive more when I'm able to bring people together. I thrive more there than actually sitting behind a desktop and you know, working. But I feel like maybe I made the wrong choice. No,
Right.
but I mean, I'm happy with community management. There's always things to grow in it, but there's a lot of work because you're dealing with humans, and human beings are like difficult
They're
to
difficult,
work.
of
Exactly. And so, but it's beautiful when you start to see some of the things that you list out, some of your initiatives, some of your programs, and you start to see like people actually being involved in it. People are happy. People are, you know, there's that value. There's just that joy, and you're happy. And you're like, yeah, I mean, I did
Okay.
that. I did that. I mean, I think immediately after school, I was able to join a company, Ingressive LLC at the time, and they had like, you know, campus ambassadors. We were able to nurture those campus ambassadors to build mini communities in their schools, and it was really beautiful. And over time, it grew into a non-profit called Ingressive for Good, and I was able to build the community from scratch, like from 0 members till we got to like over 250,000 in just 2-3 years. And so it's just, and this is like across Africa, across the world actually, because we had, you know, multiple people interested in tech. And again, the goal was to be able to empower people, empower African youths through tech, you know, whatever the field or career path may be. And so that gave you more joy. That's like my own path. And for every, like I said, every aspect, I've built communities for a water brand. I've built for a faith brand. And so community is like wide. It's not just in tech. But in tech, yeah, you know, it's more because
very loud.
tech in itself is very loud. Like
very
tech in
loud.
itself is something that is emerging, most especially here. And for the different career path, I mean, you already started with one, data. So there's a lot of things to do with data. There are a lot of things around numbers.
Wow.
So you need to crunch those numbers to make informed
Makes sense.
decisions. So that's where data is. So data sciences, data analysis. There's cyber security, because you want to ensure that your digital world is safe. There is AI. AI is now the one that I feel like a lot of people should actually go into. And there are different fields in AI in itself. Like you could be a software developer in AI. You could be somebody that wants to build your own tool. You could be somebody that kind of understand what AI is. You could be like the legal, there's even, well, not just in AI, there's the legal tech, like you're a lawyer and you're more focused on, you know, because now there's now a lot of, should I say, rules or laws that are guiding the tech space, the digital space. And so you want to be somebody that's kind of like, exactly. So there's legal tech. And so you don't have to be coding, you know, you don't have to, there's also UI,
But you have
UX.
to do a little of it now.
I mean, not necessarily. Again, it depends on what field they are doing. Yeah, it depends. I know of a doctor, like somebody that did 6 years medical school. All through those 6 years, it was like doing software development full time. I'm not even joking. Like, so anytime he wants to like write exams, he closes his entire workstation, packs it up, and focuses on exam, and is excelling in both of them, right? So he's a medical doctor. So in the future,
Now?
he's a medical doctor. So in the future, when he comes up and say he wants to do medical tech or biotechnology or something
Of
around there,
course.
I mean, you won't question him.
Of course, of course.
Exactly.
All right, so as a lady, we have lots of young women out there. I think lately women are trying to, you know,
Yeah.
penetrate the tech space more now.
Yeah.
So what do you think? I know women are there, but not
As
there,
in, yeah,
there.
yeah.
So what do you think women, or what do you think women can do or should do, you know, or should think before getting into the tech. So that's for those that are not even thinking about it.
Yeah.
'Cause,
Yeah.
I know somebody that is.
So I mean, all through my career, I have seen that sometimes when we do things specifically for women, right? When we say, oh, this scholarship or this program is for women, you see more women apply or be interested in those type of programs compared to, oh, it's just general without saying for women. And while that is a good thing, maybe from the brand or from the organizer's side, I think women should not wait until they say it is for women for them to jump on those opportunities. I think that we tend to limit ourselves. We tend to think that, oh yeah, I mean, I'm a lady, yeah, something like that. I mean, whatever excuse it might be, I feel like we shouldn't wait until it is specifically for women, right, before we take up space, because those spaces, they didn't say it's for a gender, they didn't say it's for a man or for men.
Yeah.
It is for everybody. So why are you, not applying? Because a lot of times, I don't have the data right now, but a lot of times we open applications. Let's say we have scholarship for 20,000 people. You see men apply, like men, 15,000 of them will probably apply, and 5,000 women would apply. Why? But when you maybe open scholarship for maybe 1,000 women, you probably see 10,000 women apply. And then I'm like, it's not tallying.
Okay, so you feel women should take up.
That's the first thing. You need to take up space. No, we don't wait for it to be specifically for women. I think from my own experience that's what it should be. Go ahead and take up space. And then when you get there, I want you to, it's very important that you also understand who you are as a person. And this is not just even for women. But for women, it's good to understand who you are and what your interests are for you to know the type of field you want to go into. And it's fine to fail at them. Because I would not, I failed at the...
Yeah, I was coming to that.
I failed at Python. I did data. I failed at it. I did front end, back end, full stack. Yeah, it was successful for you. I failed at it because I was bored. And that was me listening to myself and knowing that, you've tried your best. It's time to move on to the next. It's time to move on to the next. And I feel like a lot of women get stuck and they are not true to themselves to say that this is not working for me. Let me move on to the next. Right? So it's absolutely okay to fail at a lot of things. Right?
Very good. Thank you.
Beautiful. We even alludes to the question I wanted to ask, because most of the time when we talk about tech, people are always talking about the good side, to it, the money and all of that. But let's be honest. How is it really profitable? And what are the challenges? Drawn from your own story, what are the challenges?
Is it profitable? Definitely.
Okay.
There are some skills that are a lot more profitable than the others. Just like even in real world, there are some skills that you have that are will probably earn you a lot more money in terms of salary than others.
Of course.
So same thing in tech as well. It also depends on your field. Also depends on how you brand yourself as a person, because personal brand is also important a lot of the time in this, especially as a woman. I'm not even gonna lie. But the challenge is you are going to have to focus on learning for a very long while before you get to mastery. Most especially if you are doing like software, data, some of all these very core fields, you probably do like 6 months, 8 months, 1 year, 2 years for you to learn, for you to practice, for you to do internships. And I say internships in quotes because sometimes those internships are not paid. And that's fine because you are growing. You are gaining real world experience. So when you have done that for like 2 years, imagine, see it like maybe a university course or like half of a university course. You do 4 years at least minimum for most university courses out there. So why are you limiting? You probably think that you can learn in 3 months and start to earn in dollars immediately. It doesn't work that way. And I feel like a lot of people have been sold that narrative that you can learn in 3 months, you can learn in 6 months, and then you start to earn money immediately. It doesn't work that way, except you are like a super genius or something, And so it takes a very long while for you to get to mastery. What other challenges? You getting a job, because again, the good side, you get to work remotely for most tasks or most roles. depending on the company you're working for. But sometimes if you're working in a local branch, so I say local, maybe Nigeria or maybe any African country, you probably have to be going to the office like hybrid, maybe 3 times a week. I don't know. I've seen most brands, tell you to actually come to work.
Yes.
So compared to your like international organizations counterparts, those ones probably they do more remote than. And of course, the salary is different. Salary in Nigeria, salary in Lagos here.
Salary in naira is
In naira is different from salary in dollars. Exactly. So.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean,
it's really good to have you.
Yeah.
And I feel like we can take the whole hour
to talk about tech. Trust me, it has been an awesome edition so far.
It is. I'm priding myself because I'm actually I'm proud of our guests, Anifa, Lekki, and I like it when young people try to do something, and I like it when it's a lady. It's an icing on the cake for me. Really.
Why do I feel like I'm being gender biased right
not,
now?
if you think so, then so be it, my dear.
The interesting part for me is let a lot of young people getting to know that tech is not limited to coding, because there's this assumption that if you want to do tech, you need to know how to code and all of that. And it's exciting to hear that there are many other career paths that have a lot to do with things outside and beyond that would even connect a bit more to your passion. So,
of course.
It's a beautiful one.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful
so
one.
Just go ask about. I think part of it. I think designing. It's still in tech. UI UX, product design, everything like that. It's in tech. So just try. Look for the one you can do with. Try it. It won't bite.
It won't bite.
Like she said, it's good to fail. Yeah, when you fail at it, okay, I'm not good at this. Let me try this.
Something better.
When you try it, you get to the one that will make sense, and eventually it will work.
You'll get the best. Yes.
Yeah. So just try, start, and try. It will eventually make sense.
Exactly.
All right. So we'll wrap it up now.
Yeah.
On today's show, on today's episode of the Lagos Youth Show on Lagos Television. And I am Oluwatosin Olajide.
And I am Tosin Ikuyiminu.
See you some other time.
See you.
Bye.